Protests against police brutality and racial injustice took place in cities across the United States during the spring and summer of 2020 after the deaths of George Floyd, Breonna Taylor, and Rayshard Brooks. These individuals' deaths became three more high-profile instances of a troubling trend in the U.S. of police using fatal force on unarmed black men and women. Most of the protests in Atlanta and across the U.S. were peaceful. Still, the increasing amount of tension building between black communities and the police across America was front and center at many of these demonstrations, showing a broken relationship of trust between these two groups.
You killed a 12-year-old! You killed a 12-year-old with a toy gun! Explain that! What, he was a threat too?
And right now, as I talk to you, when you're ready to hurt me, when you're ready to kill me, when they chased my Morehouse brother and drug him out of the car, when he had a seizure, he had epilepsy and was on his way home in his car, and they slashed his tires.
In the wake of the protests, the public asked many questions about what needs to happen to prevent altercations leading to the tragic deaths of people like Floyd, Brooks, and Taylor. A few methods like defunding the police became a popular suggestion for debate throughout mainstream and social media. But finding solutions to the issues that are contributing to these fatal encounters might be more challenging than just raising awareness for them. One of the challenges might be finding statistical evidence to prove that fatal police encounters are a problem within the black community. Trying to find statistics about incidents involving use of force or encounters that have resulted in a deadly shooting is hard on both state and federal levels. However, many academic and news organizations have created databases to track fatal encounters across the U.S., including the Washington Post, who created its own database in 2015. According to the Washington Post National Database of Fatal Police Shootings, over 6,000 people have been shot and killed by police since 2015. Almost half the number of victims in these deadly shootings are white, but Black and Latinx Americans are shot at a much more disproportionate rate. Black Americans account for less than 13% of the U.S. population, but police fatally shoot them more than twice the rate of white Americans. Despite the large discrepancy in population, the number of black Americans unarmed when police kill them is almost identical to white Americans. Another challenge is finding solutions to several issues that contribute to fatal police encounters. One of these issues being the political power that police unions hold in cities across the U.S. For example, shortly after former Atlanta police officer Garrett Rolfe was charged with felony murder in the fatal shooting of Rayshard Brooks, the International Brotherhood of Police Officers joined several Georgia state leaders in calling for the Attorney General to appoint a special prosecutor for the Brooks case and remove Fulton County District Attorney Paul Howard.
You cannot prosecute cases until the investigation is over. You don't do it for politics. Your job is to find justice for everyone, not race, not class, not anything else.
A few other issues that have contributed to the problem are the militarization of police, the over-reliance of police for addressing many societal issues,
not enough mental health funding. Let the cop handle it. Not enough drug addiction funding. Let's give it to the cops. Here in Dallas, we got a loose dog problem. Let's have the cops chase loose dogs.
And even the systemic oppression and income equality caused by federal lending policies created during the 1930s that made it extremely hard for homeowners of color to get federally backed mortgages for their homes until the 1960s. One of the most popular methods suggested to address some of the issues is having cities defund their police departments. This reform method is when a city or county's legislator decreases the amount of funds allocated to the police departments and reallocates them to more social departments. This method is supported by many who feel that the relationships between black communities and the police are broken, including Black Lives Matter. According to a report by Forbes in August of 2020, 13 U.S. cities are already defunding their police departments, but many local and state legislators are not ready to commit to this popular method. And while opinions among these leaders may change in the future, it may take a while before any of them decide to take that measure. Reporting from Atlanta, Georgia, I'm Ben Abrams for GSU-TV.